Everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday edition, which would normally be the Monday edition of Moohead Radio. But because of the holiday, both Bronk and I wish that you had a very happy weekend. The weather
Yeah,
here in Ohio has been beautiful. It was a beautiful weekend. You can't ask for more.
there you
So,
go.
well, you can ask for more, but
But you're not going to get it
you'd be a
because,
greedy hog if you
yeah,
did.
you're not going to
Yeah.
get it.
Spending time with family and and celebrating Labor Day.
Odds, yeah,
Yeah,
but not working. God damn it.
exciting stuff. Uh, it's interesting. Today's program will go over a few things just that I find interesting because, to be very honest with you, um, everybody's doing their own kind of takes on things. And so, what the hell? We'll follow suit today. It's not going to be anything very preachy. I did want to start with a magnificent quote. This from 92.3 The Fan. Uh, they were interviewing Mary Kay Cabbagehead.
They actually, she was the interviewee. Like, she's special now because she's a
Uh,
Hall of Fame
oh, she's
reporter.
special, all
So you
right.
get to be interviewed. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's celebrity status there.
So she is coming up with some of the most ridiculous things that I've ever heard in my life. And here is the latest. Anytime these top quarterbacks are going to be playing, the Browns will be there in some form or fashion. They will be represented at all of these games. That because Jimmy Haslam was at the Ohio State game to take a look at Arch Manning, right?
You're
So
talking about the NFL under 21 league known as the Big Ten.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So
Yeah.
the thing that's funny about this, nobody would question that they would be represented. I mean, they would be looking at quarterbacks all over the country. That's not the issue. They choose the wrong fucking one every time. That's the problem. I don't understand. Well, they showed up. That doesn't mean dick. That doesn't mean dick to me. If you show up and you keep picking Johnny Manziel over and over and over again, then what does it matter? You can't assess anything.
I like Topaz left when you raised your voice. It was
Yeah.
hilarious. It's like, get fuck out of here.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here. I'm a celebrity.
The thing that's so ridiculous about it all, I mean, that the second you see that Jimmy Haslam is the envoy, it's like, well, we're going to make the wrong decision.
Why not get a football guy out there to watch
exactly.
the guy?
He shouldn't even be there. He should be reported to. Why? It's like, woo, I'm going to show myself on national television. Woo. Yeah.
Nobody wants to see his man boobs anyway.
I know. It's just pathetic. So, yeah, that was Mary Kay's amazing take of the day. I should come up every day of the week with that.
With the Mary Kay take of the day. That could be like an extra feature. You'd have to
take
give
her away. So this weekend brought us hello, Ron Leffman, and hello, Rick May. I'll give you both your props.
Very true, Rick.
The football game between the Buckeyes and the Longhorns. The game is becoming so ridiculously commercialized. There were two commercials that Arch Manning starred in, and another one where Eli Manning was in. And it's like, do you get the impression that former NFL players still hold sway and that the NFL utilizes these names to market their league? Question mark.
Maybe.
Maybe. And, what's amazing is a ridiculous commercial for an eyeglass company with Arch Manning when he doesn't wear eyeglasses. And it just struck me as like, wow, how times have changed. I was really fighting for athletes, the college athletes, to get paid because they were undergoing all the risk.
Yeah,
but
now they got too much.
No, not really. It's just that now that it's become so much bigger money with gambling money and
Oh
all,
yeah, 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 yeah,
the universities are raking it in,
yeah.
and so they're
Literally with the rake, over the gambling table.
so
We'll have your
21
money.
year old guys like Arch, they're going to get something that falls on the floor. But it's no different than America, and no different than Russia, and no different than anywhere else, where you have this select few, oligarch
Pretty
kind of
much.
people, and then everyone else kind of feeds on what falls to the ground. Uh, the thing that was interesting about the first week of the season, and of course, it's been talked much about, is that all of the hype that Arch Manning received, which isn't Arch Manning's fault, okay? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the Bronny James effect, really, and the Tiger Woods effect, and
right,
all those.
21-year-old
Yeah,
guy, and
yeah.
uh, did he shine? No.
I mean, well, let's put it this way: if he was a really top-ranked quarterback, why wasn't he playing last year? Why was Quinn fucking Ewers playing?
Well,
You know,
because,
he must have been
again,
better, hey.
the truth of the situation, he was playing an Ohio State defense that really was
Whip
stout.
their ass, yeah.
But we're going to see how stout Ohio State, now number one in the country, how stout their defense is when they play people who actually have experience. Uh, Arch Manning looked really over his head, and not impressive. And the thing that really surprised me with all the hype on this guy is how simplistic the offense was. It looked like a high school offense to me. It really did.
Wow.
I mean, he was. It was look at one receiver. Hello, big lurker, and hello, Rich. How you doing, both of you? Hello there. Uh, and hello, Mister Radu and David Talevsky, who refuses to come on the program. Well, not like to come. I don't want to.
We don't want to see
Oh
that.
God! Oh God! Oh God! I don't know. Not that kind of thing.
I'll have what he's having.
To to appear on the program because he's convinced that his phone will not work in this studio. I didn't keep trying to tell him I have done everything on my end that I can to fix the problem. So if you want the link, David, if you have something to
The
say,
missing link, the
let
Lancelot
me
link.
see if I can again find.
Dun, 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 dun,
I got to
dun,
remember where the damn link
dun,
is.
dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun,
I
dun.
guess I can't. So I'm sorry. You're screwed, glued, and tattooed. Uh, yeah, it's a shame. I thought, okay, here we go. Uh, here's your link,
Here's your
and
link.
let's.
That sounds like the password. Remember,
The
Bill
password
Cudden
is,
is the password is
and let's go ahead and
Evmux.
click it in. Yeah, that should have done the trick. He still has it, but he won't use it because he's stubborn. Um, the the offense was so simplistic. It was like running simple plays, and it was almost like we're not going to throw too much at Arch, and that's not the stuff of which a
You
third year
win.
quarterback.
Yeah.
You would have seen him in more situations where he could have showed his artistry. Let's put it that way. Uh, but it didn't happen. Uh, and the game was not an exciting game from a
Oh
standpoint.
God, no.
I mean, it
No.
was really
It was
kind of a
tedious.
drag. But to be honest, one team won and the other team did not,
Yeah.
and that was the end of that. And had the quarterback been better for Texas, may have made a difference, but it's not like Ohio State was bowling them over either offensively. This was, anything that's a 14-7 game is not exactly the most exciting thing in the world.
No.
But what I'm going to say next is that anybody who thought that Arch Manning was going to come out and be everything that they said he was prior to the game hasn't been paying attention to sports very much. When was the last time you saw somebody really hyped who was a young player who really turned out to be everything they said he would be.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. I mean, that would be.
How long did that take me to think of? Like maybe like a split second.
And there were a lot of people who said,
That's
you
it.
know, "Well, who in the hell's he? He's
LeBron
playing
James.
playing at inner city school and in Akron. Who the hell is this
Where
guy?"
the hell is Akron?
And then they started showing the games on ESPN, you know, the high
Yeah.
school games, and
Yeah, when he was a junior.
and it was like, wow, uh, you know, and I agree, Greg. I don't know why
Yeah,
they put
just
the
to
game at
fuck me off
noon.
to put it in prime time.
Yeah,
I hate the night games, man. The night games suck.
oh,
I have
and
a different
David,
opinion than you guys.
I can't help being young and active. I'm old and useless. All
Oh
right.
yeah,
So,
hey, I'll put my hand up.
at
Tell
any
you what, I
rate,
wouldn't want to be anywhere near his age and have to live life now, man. I'm glad I've had my life lived already. But
so
anyway,
it's and for anyone else who wants to join the program,
yeah,
you
fill the
know,
room with your knowledge,
yeah, I
people.
mean, yeah, here you go. I mean, there's no secret to this. You know, you want to say, hey, this is what I think. This is the link. It shoots you directly into the studio,
Yeah.
and you can say your piece, and then you can leave. You can do whatever you want to do.
Come on the show and lower the average age below 65.
Don't
That's
say
my
come on the show because people are going to misinterpret this, and we don't need that kind of shit. Um, and at the same time, here's David.
Is he there? Is he there?
Ah! Blow me. You hardly even know me. Just, oh, sorry. Yeah, you see, I told you. And you have 4 out of 5 or
Four
three
out
out
of
of
five.
four strength on your meter, David. So, okay, but at least you
Oh,
know that technically it can work for you. And that's important for us too. Because you should move into the gym then.
wow.
I have all the quick answers. No, David does a lot of help for me by sending links throughout the day as stuff breaks. And so when I get to my computer, it's like, wow, I got a couple of messages from him, and he helps me construct some of the things I'm going to talk about. So that's kind of a cool
Oh my
thing.
god, it's like, oh, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So at any rate, so the Manning hype really is not the kid's fault. And
No.
he was never going to live up to what they said, but he could have done a whole lot better. But the coach, Sarkisian, could have done a whole lot better in calling a game plan that gave him a chance to at least show what he could do. It makes it seem like the coach didn't have faith in him. We will see because the next 3,
Yeah, that's a good point. He kind of Kevin Stefanski, the kid,
yeah,
didn't he? It's like
yeah.
the game plan that Kevin Stefanski would give to a quarterback he don't fucking trust. You know? So,
And so yeah, but by the time this whole thing is finished, Texas has 3 straight games against boho competition. I mean, lousy
yeah,
competition.
probably no different. Yeah, it's like the Grambling next week, and
Yeah,
not
I don't have in
disrespect
front of me.
Grambling, but
Oh, I'm sorry, I do. San Jose State. I don't even know if they know the way to San Jose.
no, I don't
Uh,
even know where that is. Where is it?
UTAP, that's in El Paso, down
Yeah.
in the old Texas town of El Paso. And then
Oh,
Sam
Marty
Houston.
Robbins.
Yeah, right. And Sam Houston.
Not
That's the next 3
Houston.
games.
Sam Houston. There's a big difference between Houston and Sam Houston,
If
isn't
they
there?
don't run up the score between against San Jose State, UTEP, and Sam Houston, honest to God, then there's really going to be some shit to talk about. Uh, and Texas coach Steve Sarkisian, protecting his own ass, said the growth throughout the game for Arch was really encouraging. We're going to be fine.
Oh,
We just lost the number one position in the country, but we're going to be fine. For Arch, the expectations were out of control on the outside. I'd say let's finish the book before we judge him. And I agree. Give this kid an opportunity to show what he can do. But in the first bright lights, it looked like a completely different guy than what they were talking about, as far as the hype was concerned.
wow.
Meanwhile,
He's not into. He's sort of. I can hear him.
now you do.
There you are.
He's in his car and he's driving.
In his car. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't
I'm not driving.
don't wreck
Oh,
your
okay.
car. That's
a good
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
illegal if you were driving.
The
He's on the wrong side of the road, though. I mean, it should be. But anyway,
on the other side of the thing, the unproven to the proven and overrated Bill Belichick. I don't understand why people insist that Bill Belichick is this great genius when he only won in one place, and it was because of one quarterback that he had. I don't understand this. And it was like when he said, I'm going to go to North Carolina, and I said, you're going to die in North Carolina.
Have you been there or near there anyway?
Have you seen them try to play football? 73-year-old Bill Belichick shows up. Their first drive, they get into the end zone in front of their home fans. Everyone's like, yeah, we scored a touchdown against TCU at home. Woohoo! But then everything went to hell.
Wow.
Guess who his offensive coordinator is?
Go ahead.
Freddie Kitchens.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Hey, you know something? I don't have to live in that manufactured double wide no more.
Yeah.
I'm back. You can see it.
I'm back. I got my own dorm room and everything.
Absolutely. And I got all the inbreeding I can do down here in Texas. This is great for me. This is like a third lease on life.
Oh, Freddie, really? Wow, that I'm stunned.
Now, as far as here's how the two men talked. Arch Manning, the kid, says, not good enough. That starts with me. I've got to play better for us to win.
Oh, we got yeah.
And then Bill Belichick went, I know. He said, they outplayed us, outcoached us, and they were just better than we were tonight. Not tonight. That was a 48-14 ass whipping in front of your home crowd against the team TCU. You were humiliated.
Yeah, any university that has Christian in its name, it's not going to be a football powerhouse.
Exactly.
They
pray before the game, hoping that they'll look decent.
Yeah, we're Brigham Young. They're not going to be that good.
But here's what I could have told you before the game even began. This article says, Belichick wasn't some magician who could just wave a wand and make Carolina into an overnight juggernaut. Despite bringing in 70 new players, 70 new players, they sure look like it. There were people who'd never played football before. They were brand new players. And then I love this. It says, they brought in 70 new players. None, for example, were named Tom Brady. Oh, God. But the amazing
Scouting was never one of his strong points.
Gronk.
No, here's the other thing. Belichick inherited a team from Mac Brown that was like a 500 so-so team. Not a team that loses 48-14 to TCU. Good God. So, as far as I'm concerned, Belichick is somebody who I want to get run over by 16 vehicles and flattened.
Yeah, he's
Ridden the coattails of somebody else for too
Yeah.
damn long. He didn't do shit in Cleveland. He didn't do shit in New York except cheat on his wife. He didn't do shit anywhere except hide in the shadow of Bill Parcells. And now this. So amazing. Just freaking amazing. So at any rate, that's the first thing. I was talking about quarterbacks and assessing quarterbacks, and the Browns have been just incredible at doing it. When Jimmy Haslam hired Johnny Manziel, did he realize that all of the years, that was what, 2014? Is that when he?
It's about 10 years ago now. Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Feels like it.
And here's the quote from Johnny Manziel today.
Oh boy.
Is he still alive?
Yep.
Why?
Apparently.
I'll hate the Browns forever and want them to go 0-16 every season. He didn't even realize there's 17,
There's 17 games now, yeah.
Half his brain is dead.
Yeah, half his brain is dead from CTE, the other half from drug addiction.
So I really wanted to give Johnny the benefit of the doubt.
Was he talking to Mary Kay when he said that?
I wanted to see in him what homeless people saw in him. So I said, what? I asked.
Why is it?
Grok. I asked Grok by artificial intelligence, what does he do for a living now? And it says Johnny Manziel's current professional ventures include hosting the podcast Glory Days and working as a college football analyst for the Action Network.
Ooh, that sounds like a Christian network, Action Network.
Either that or it's a pornographic network. I have no idea.
Yeah, from South Korea.
He also plays golf daily for competitive outlet and has entered a new phase of his life focused on sobriety and managing success with a support system after struggling with addiction.
Well, there you go.
What I could tell you that is, I'm going to have to, yeah, okay, he muted himself because there was some, I thought maybe that they were getting into a car accident or something. The thing that bothers me most about the Manziel thing is the guy's addicted to things, and I want him to get clean, you know? I really do.
Yeah, I mean,
but
all seriousness aside, yeah.
Yes, but how in the world is he still talking about the Cleveland Browns and that whole part of his life?
Why don't he get over it? Yeah,
here's
over him.
Here's his full quote. I think I'll always be looked at and viewed at because of how much hype and media and everything that was around me. And the city of Cleveland expecting me to be great, and that ultimately not panning out, Manziel said. I sit here today and I'm like, fuck it. I think I'm going to be pissed at them and hate them forever. So it is what it is, man. No love for the Browns. I'm rooting for 0-16 for them every season.
He has issues, man. He has mental health issues.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make fun of the boy.
And then here's the rest of his quote. Was Cleveland the best situation for me to go to? Did they help me knowing all the things they... Listen to this. Did they help me knowing all the things they knew about me? With all the research and everything, did they put me in the best situation? Absolutely not. They didn't give me enough liquor, and I had to go into my pocket to buy it myself.
Yeah, to go to the state store.
It was not the right situation for me. And so far in his life, he hasn't found the right situation for himself. But when it comes down to it, you take all that aside, you throw it away, you look in the mirror and say, I let an amazing opportunity slip. It's on me. But I still hate them. Fuck them. I want them to go 0-16. I would say he has real emotional problems.
Yeah, he's not well.
I'm back.
What is Big Lurker going on about in the chat room?
Yeah, he's talking about Buster Screen, and I was
I have
reading
no
about
idea what that is. What's going on?
Buster Screen is a scammer now.
Is he really?
You know, yeah, Buster Screen, former Brown. I think that he went to the Jets. Yeah, he's been busted for some kind of scam that he was running.
Oh, well, like
Yeah, just
Bitcoin or
another
something like that?
criminal from the NFL.
Wow.
And Radu is happy because he said that was easy money for him. TCU was
Oh, there you go.
negative 3.5. So
Betting on people under 21 to get you money in games. Ooh, yeah.
I'm reading some
By
of
the way,
these. Yes,
speaking of Johnny, he's going to be on Special Forces World's Toughest Test on Fox coming up.
he's special, all right. That's all I'll give him.
Wow.
Is he going to be sober? I'm just wondering. This guy's going to be sober or
Hopefully.
not. Yeah, you know,
Hopefully.
after NC's first drive, cow turd called Billy the Second greatest college coach of all time behind Saban. Yeah, you see, they were waiting to jump up and suck his dick hole,
Yeah,
and
that's what they
there it
do.
went. And then the rest of the game happened. Colin Cowherd is a
Oh,
coward.
he's
Yeah.
a Jill. He is
Uh,
horrible.
That's exactly right, Craig. Before Cracker Barrel allegedly changed their logo and then decided to go back to their old logo. Yeah, I had so much fun with Freddie Kitchens. Well,
It was a dream to have.
why don't you do this? You could do me a favor. Just draw it up in the ground with one of them there sticks. That's an offensive play
You
for
sound like
you.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
My favorite Freddie Kitchens moment is when they had Baker Mayfield mic'd up, and he was still like in his first year or second year, and Mayfield goes like, "The guy's an idiot," and he was like referring to Kitchens.
He was right.
God almighty. And now, we talk about a young quarterback, we talk about an old coach, and I wanted to put my 2 cents worth in on another subject, which is not a happy subject.
Oh,
And and I can tell you the reason why I was never jumping up and down about Baker Mayfield, and I don't jump up and down at people who have quarterbacked the Cleveland Browns. And you can name all of them if you want. There wasn't a single one of them, not one,
not one.
who said in public, I really want to play in Cleveland. There was only one, folks.
And that was Bernie Kosar.
That was Bernie Kosar. Bernie's been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and early stage dementia, folks.
And he looks terrible. I mean, you've seen the film clip of him. I don't recommend
He also needs a liver transplant.
Yeah, and he needs a liver transplant, which they say might be happening within a couple of weeks. Alcoholism took its toll. Football took its toll.
And Cleveland took its toll.
$20 to $50 million estimated in debt. Bad business decisions, things that went under, real estate transactions that went bust. You name it, Bernie Kosar has had one hell of a hard life. But the thing that I will never forget is that he stayed close to his roots and said, I want to play in Cleveland. And you know something? He damn near got us to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
He damn near did.
Within about 2 minutes in two different games.
Yeah, and Big Lurker's putting up, this is the Buster Screen scam. Yeah.
Dating
really,
apps.
Really
wow.
Class act, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Bernie Kosar, and I know there's a lot of people who lost money because of Bernie Kosar and may not feel that sympathetic toward him. But the fact of the matter is that football does this. We talk about the 1980, he started in 85, that era of football players, and they're all dropping.
They're all really messed up.
They're messed up completely
They're
because
messed
of
up.
football. And I just remember Bernie just being so slow, and he took a beating, and as he went on more in his career, he
He
would
got
lift
killed.
himself up off the ground, and you would swear he wasn't going to get up. It was a real difficult situation.
And he took a beating with an offensive line, which was pretty damn good. I mean, there were like at least one or two Hall of Famers on
Because
that
he
line.
was too courageous, stayed in the
Yeah.
pocket, and he loved to play football.
And he loved to
And,
win.
yep. And you know, the fact of the matter is, why was he drinking so much? I think pain. You have no imagine the pain that somebody, how they medicate themselves from pain after playing
Mm.
football. It's a wide and varied lot. But I just wanted to go on the air and wish him the best of all possible
Wow.
outcomes. But I know early stage dementia carries with it what we have seen with other football players. Bernie Kosar is 61 years old right now.
Yeah, he'd lower the age of the panel if he was on.
And the bottom line there is that we see players who are passing away at around 70 years of age, and
Yeah,
that will be Bernie Kosar.
that's
If
reality,
I'm
man.
fortunate enough to still be around 10 years from now, I'll be talking about Bernie Kosar's passing. And I don't mean from the pocket either, from this world. So it's really a shame. And Dan Lebitard, who's not my favorite guy in the world, for political
Ugh.
reasons, I know, but Lebitard had a very he played for the University of Miami, so he certainly had a unique view of Bernie Kosar and visited Bernie Kosar. And the story that he told, I thought was just absolutely horrifying. That simple things that people take for granted, he did not know how to do. He didn't know how to cook. He didn't, I mean, there were a whole series of things that he just didn't know how to do.
Wow.
And when Lebitard visited him, uh, somebody was doing cooking for Bernie, and there was a loaf of bread, and Bernie did not know how to cut and slice the bread, and so he had a saw.
Now, why would you even tell that story?
Because
I don't know, man. That's
I think that people have to
wow.
understand how cruel the sport is,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and it's I just want him to get the most out of what is left of his life,
Wow.
and it's just a real sad thing. But I wanted to, you know,
Wow.
it isn't that I feel um, you know, angry about everything when it comes to Cleveland sports at all. There are some things that I'm very sympathetic about. Here's something that will tell you something very interesting about college football. Oklahoma State Mike Gundy and Oregon coach Dan Lanning are unexpectedly giving their week 2 matchup some extra juice, I guess. Well, speaking on his radio show, Gundy said Oklahoma State spent around $7 million on its team over the past 3 years, before referring to how much the Oregon Ducks have spent on their roster in recent years. I think Oregon spent close to $40 million last year alone, Gundy said. So that was just 1 year. Now I might be off a few million. Do we know a quarterback from Oregon?
Oh, I don't know.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly. Gundy made several other comments
Mariota.
about Oregon's resources. He
Yep.
said it'll cost a lot of money to keep Ducks quarterback Dante Moore, and that he believes Oregon's budget should determine the programs they schedule outside of the Big Ten. Money, money, money.
Money, money, money.
Now, here's what Lanning, the coach of the Ducks, said. He has a lot of respect for Gundy and praised how Gundy was consistently led his team to winning seasons over his 20-year tenure in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Both teams are 1-0 this year. The Ducks are ranked number 7 and are expected to be vying for a spot in the college football playoff. Here's Gundy's quote. Over the last 3 to 5 years, they've elevated themselves. They have a lot of resources, Gundy said. They've got them stacked out there pretty good right now. You know, how can you compete when somebody is spending that much money, when one program, and Oregon isn't at the top of the list, folks?
Yeah, well, Oregon's all pimped over
Well,
by the Nike guy, Phil Knight or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
I mean,
He probably pays all their bills.
so how excited can you be knowing all of the resources that are going into this? And, I guess what disappoints me more than anything about this is that what started as collegiate athletics is now exactly like American business.
It is.
And it's narrowed down to a few select
Corporations.
10, 15 programs
Yep.
that have all the money, and everyone else is playing for whatever reason they're playing, but the 10 to 15 are there for the glory and the money, and they will switch the rules to their advantage every chance they get. And I don't know why anybody would gamble on any of that.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
because they have nothing better to do.
I guess.
Well, boredom is a thing.
It's
why people do things.
Now, then there's how could we find a bad story about Cleveland? All right. And if you didn't see the Guardians lose to the Red Sox, which you knew they would because they're not going to win in Fenway
against a real team, yeah.
And they put the poor young pitcher out there, the left-hander, the young guy Messick, and he had pitched 2 great games to start his career, but you knew going into that cracker box that he was going to get whapped around. I mean, the guy's got maybe a 93, 94 at best mile-an-hour fastball, but he couldn't spot his curveball to save his soul. But the thing that the press has to, was the weird home run by Trevor Story. He hit a ball right down the right field line, and the John Kenzie Noel, who the Guardians just re-brought up from AAA.
Oh, God. They reanimated his body from the dead.
Yeah, and he went over into right field, and he lunged to get the ball. It bounced off his glove, hit off the pesky pole. That's the pole in right field at Fenwick.
Johnny Pesky.
Fenway. And, and it was a home run. Yep. It hit his glove first, but once it was just like the ball hitting Jose Canseco in the head and bouncing over the wall.
A home run.
That pole is automatically out of the stadium. It's an automatic home run.
Yeah.
And that's, so the press jumps all over that and shows it from 16 different angles. And there, of course, is fucking Hoinsey. He thought he had a real, Big Christmas gave them a big Christmas gift.
That's so easy. That is low-hanging fruit, my friend.
For God's sakes.
That is terrible.
Yeah, but, how do you have to get that kind of a story out there? It's really pathetic. And then you have this. The guy who I probably shake my head at, he is the male equivalent of Mary Kay Cabbagehead, and that's Jimmy Watkins from Cleveland.com. Headline, Browns can make the playoffs this season if you're brave enough to believe. All right? But then when you start
reading... What does
reading...
that even mean? That means nothing.
This is what he calls part of his series, okay? This is the first of 2 season prediction columns where I highlight the high and low end outcomes. I'll tell you both. The high end is they win every game, and the low end is that they won't win a game. Fuck you. What do I have to read this for?
Exactly.
It's like, what do you really think they're going to do? No, you don't get any
Yeah.
analysis. You go, well, the best case scenario, and his best case scenario, and it was really ridiculous, is that the Browns would win 13 games. And it's like the Browns can't win 13 games to save their soul this season because Jimmy Haslam tanked the entire organization. So, you know why you should be watching the Browns? Not to see if the Browns win 13 games or 10 games or 7 games or 3 games. You should be watching because you're a fan and you want to
Yeah,
support the team.
and you want
And,
to watch football. Yeah.
yeah, but predictions on this? Come on. I mean, the Browns are expected to be one of, if not the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, them and the Saints and somebody else. I forget. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. One other thing that I'm noticing is this pimpage of the Cavaliers, Jalen Tyson, who
Oh, he's just ordinary, as Jim Brown would say.
yeah, he is ordinary.
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 Yeah, I mean, he was a volume shooter in college because he played what, Texas Tech? Is that where he played at? I mean,
I don't
and they
know.
didn't have any kind of a program really. And he's a hard worker. Give him his due. He's a hard worker, but he doesn't shoot well enough. He's not fast enough. He's not tall enough. He's not quick enough. He's not.
Yeah, he's adamant. You know,
So
big shoes.
so now it comes down to this foolishness. They're looking at two players, Luke Travers. I don't know if you've seen Luke Travers.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him.
He's the guy with the mullet. He
Yep.
comes from Australia, and he's a guy who is Larry Bird slow, but without the game. Okay, and
The Australian Larry Bird. That sounds really good.
he can pass. He can do a little this and a little that, but at this level, it's too elite. And then you have Naquan Tomlin, and Naquan Tomlin is the only one of the bunch that I want to see get a chance. And I have a feeling he's not going to get a chance. But
No.
he's 6'9". He's got legitimate length, and he has proven that he can shoot. At least in the G League, he can shoot 37% from the 3-point line. I wouldn't count on it at the NBA level, but he's too damn good to be playing on shitty, developmental league rosters.
Right.
Too good for that. We need to find out whether he can do the job or not do the job at the NBA level. And we have an opening in a slot, and we need somebody with length because, we're going to count on Dean Wade. He'll be injured one week into the season. That's total foolishness. And one thing I can tell you about Naquan, and I'm not going to tell you he's strong enough yet, although he's got a good sized body, but he's not strong enough yet. And I don't think that he's a great outside shooter. I think he can maybe get a little better than that. He's got a very quick first jump.
Ooh.
And he gets to the basket. And if you want to replace an old man like Tristan Thompson, this is your guy. You don't have to run an offense through him. This guy will get into the lane and he will hunt the ball down and he will find it.
He will
and
find it.
Kill it.
He will find you.
He's quick. He's quick off his feet, and he seems to have like a homing pigeon ability to get his way to the ball off the rim. And we need offensive rebounds because that's something that we haven't been seeing in Cleveland for some time. We've been getting out rebounded. So I really want to see Naquan Tomlin get an opportunity. And just because the teams need, if at some point Darius Garland will come back, at some point Max Strus will come back, but we have enough people that can score the basketball. That's not a problem with the tempo we play. but we don't have long-limbed, quicker guys to defend and to rebound. Let's hope that he'll get an opportunity to play. Big Lurker is saying, for the record, my prediction is 7-10. And honestly, Big Lurker, I think a lot of people would consider that a success under the circumstances, especially, yeah, and especially if one of the two young quarterbacks is able to get an opportunity to get out on the field and prove themselves.
Or if Flacco has, can last till November without getting killed.
But Flacco's not the future of the team.
No, not at all.
You need to know what you're going to do in the draft next year. Not that we'll ever pick the right guy, but you got to at least have an indication of what direction you got to go in. And I base the success of this season on whether those two young quarterbacks, whether one of them is going to be somebody who sticks with the team. Now, I would say that Dylan Gabriel has a much better chance right now because of the sheer number of reps that he will receive this year.
Yeah, he'll have more practice behind him, and as we know, practice makes people better.
And I'll tell you this. If Stefanski gets 7 wins out of a team after 3 last year, he'll probably hold on to his job.
Yeah, he will. He won't get fired.
And he will want a quarterback like... Say what?
David said something about an extension.
Oh,
he already has been.
Yeah, well, and again, Dylan Gabriel will get the opportunity with Kevin Stefanski, and my feeling is he could become a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't really look at Dylan Gabriel as large, big enough, strong enough to be able to take the constant pounding of the NFL. But as we know, you got to have a good backup in this league.
Yeah.
And that's really what the two young quarterbacks in question here are really aiming for. And I'm not at all sure. I think Shador will continue to carry the clipboard around because there's enough talent in him in a lot of people's eyes. And if he matures and gets some opportunities, perhaps he can become something more. But he's the one who's at the back of the line right now.
Wow. How many quarterbacks did we go through that one year? 6 of them? So I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you were putting PJ Walker in the game, or it's
PJ Walker.
It was really scary.
TJ Hooker.
Yeah,
Matt Locke.
You dirtbag.
Joe Don Baker.
Well, I mean, it's all gambling parlance. The truth is that 5.5 means 5, and and that means you've lost 12 games, and it's hard to find 5 wins, especially if the Browns get off to an incredibly bad start because they're just not all on the same page. You think Arch Manning's game plan was Sarkisian was sorry. The simplicity of the Browns play calling is going to be really simplistic in the beginning of the year, and they're going to hope that their defensive line strength can hold teams and keep games close. It's going to be like the old Bill Belichick days.
There is no team more dependent on a quarterback than the Bengals and Joe Burrow. If Burrow gets fucking clocked, then they are going to have a horrific. They may have a worse season than Cleveland will if Burrow gets injured in September.
And here Greg is saying something. The Browns' historical record is barely over 500. Nearly every year since they came back in '99, that overall win percentage has come down, and that's
bad. It should only count from 1999, really. But anyway,
yeah, and they got to dig themselves out of a very deep hole. So let's see what's next here. The Browns, ClevelandBrowns.com is pimping Jerome Ford. There's nothing that's going to get me hard about Jerome Ford.
No,
I mean, just like the car. It's so pedestrian. Uh, and I love what Stefanski always says. He always says the same thing about Ford.
He's a
He's a
baller.
player who makes big plays. He has the speed to go the distance on any given time he
Any play.
touches the rock. But do you know how big the hole has to be?
It has to be big enough for you and I to run through it.
Motherfucker could run through the Grand Canyon and he'd still find a tackler. I mean, I don't.
Oh, Topaz is left again.
He knows. Oh no, they're
Oh no,
talking
not
about.
Jerome Ford.
Oh no. Dog walks in the
Okay.
room. And the total silence about Judkins. I mean, are they working toward a solution to his situation?
They're trying to lowball him to death, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, and he was supposed to have been signed already. But what?
Oh, maybe they're waiting for him to get arrested, getting arrested for something else. Let's give
It,
him another month, see if he ends up in jail.
where the secrecy is and why the secrecy is, I don't know. But he was the hire of the draft picks, you
Yeah,
would think that if somebody
there
was
would be
so high
urgency.
on him
Yeah,
that they'd be rushing to get him back as soon as they could, but they don't seem to give a fuck.
no,
They stayed with fucking Deshaun Watson forever.
yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah. Say what, David? He must be. Yeah. You must. An Aphrodite. Yeah. You must be home now, David, because I see you've lost signal.
Yeah, I think his home's probably a Faraday cage.
Aha! I have proven that the problem is the strength of your home connection, not this studio. Because when you were out in the car,
Well, there you go. Well, your home probably has. Does it have aluminum siding on it?
why aren't you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I mean, look up Faraday cage if you don't know that term.
Yeah.
That's
At any
probably
rate, why are
what
you
you're in.
why are you
Oh, I'll
not
put
on
it
your
in the chat.
Wi-Fi? I, ah, that
Dr. Mood, the internet.
you got to move where your modem is, dude,
Yeah,
or your
where you.
router. Your
Oh,
okay.
ah.
Now this will tell you something that is just like I was talking about the number 2 quarterback kind of situation. Background. Da, da. There it is. Okay. Boy, I'll tell you, trying to keep this thing going sometimes. For the Giants, Jackson Dart has supplanted Jameis Winston as the number 2 quarterback.
Wow.
So
God told them so.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to see, a backup quarterback needs to give you a chance to win. That's what that is. And Jameis Winston has proven he can't win in the NFL. He can put up touchdowns and interceptions, and he can pray on his knees until he's got blisters, but he doesn't win. So the reason I'm not insulting Dylan Gabriel, being a backup quarterback is extremely important, especially if you build a decent team and you have a quarterback who will not make a lot of mistakes. And that is what Kevin Stefanski is trying to groom. Not the hit the ball out of the ballpark kind of great big play quarterback, but somebody, in case the number 1 guy goes down, can step in and not ruin your chances of winning. But I thought it was interesting that Jameis Winston is reaching the end because the rookie, and I understand the Giants are the Giants and they don't succeed at much of anything, but Jackson Dart had a really good preseason.
Did he?
Yes, he did. And I'll give you the exact stat. He was 32 of 47
That's pretty good.
for 372 yards, 3 touchdowns with no picks.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
It's
take
about
a seat,
110.
Jameis. Take a seat.
That's like a 110, 115 rating, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Now that whole crab legs thing, that's like the whole fuck one goat theory, you know? Is that gonna be like cast up every time his name's mentioned? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I am bleeding with sound. All right, there we go. Uh, I have so many tabs up. You know, sometimes they come to life, and I get background sound. The
Have a
audience can't hear it.
fresca. Don't have a tab, have a fresca.
Yeah, exactly.
My
Now,
scholarship boy.
and here is another total injustice I can end. Well, no, before I do that, I'm going to do this because it seems that maybe I should.
We haven't shared a screen today.
No, don't need to.
Don't need to.
LSU's Brian Kelly, you remember him, the
Oh god.
falsifying resume former head coach of Notre Dame, questions Dabo Swinney's grading system. Get this. Both coaches weighed in on how LSU won the game 17-10 at Clemson. After trailing 10-3 at halftime, LSU outscored Clemson 14-0 in the second half and finished with more yardage, total yards 354 to 261, and first downs 25-13. They dominated the game.
Yeah.
They won 17-10. All right. Meanwhile, LSU rose 6 spots. They're number 3 now in the nation. Clemson dropped 4 spots down to number 8. Here's what Dabo had to say. It was a hell of a game down to the last play. Right out of the gate, it's like getting the final exam on day 1 of class. They made a 65 and we made a 58. Neither one of us were great. And that's the way I would look at the Ohio State win too.
Correct. Yeah.
There was nothing great about Ohio State. I mean, but they were playing a team that was preseason number 1 and allegedly was a dominant defensive team.
Yeah.
And, nobody knew how the quarterback was going to come out for Ohio State and do in a first game situation. Now, Kelly, for his part, had not won a season opener at LSU before this game. And the victory was his first with the Tigers against a top 5 AP opponent. Here's what Brian Kelly thought. I thought we dominated them in the second half, so he's really a really good grader for giving himself a 58, or he's a really hard grader on us, Kelly said. Kelly is one of the most contentious, obnoxious people in the game. Or he didn't see the second half, and that might be the case. He might not have wanted to see the second half. That's all we need are the billion-dollar programs and the silly head coaches and their egos getting in the way.
You know what I love is the AI generated like post game interviews. They're absolutely vulgar and hilarious. Some of those are so funny. I'm sure you've seen a few of them.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. I mean,
They're better than they're actually truthful too. You know. Yeah.
So there is one last story.
Not one last story.
This is the ultimate kiss of death.
Oh God.
All right. Yannick Sinner is a tennis player. All right.
Yeah, vaguely heard of him. Yeah.
Yep. And he is the reigning U.S. Open champion. And Drake is betting on him to win.
No, he is the curse of death. That's like having Mick Jagger show up at the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look up the Mick Jagger curse. while you're there.
He's betting 300 grand on him to win, which
Oh no!
that would pay out 507,000 if Sinner captures his fifth major and second at the U.S. Open. All right.
Wow.
But the Drake curse that you referred to includes a $210,000 loss on American Taylor Fritz to beat Sinner in the 2024 U.S. Open final. What kind of a sick fuck is this guy? I mean, he's got a gambling problem that will not quit.
Oh, there's a couple other people that are curses when they show up at but Mick Jagger is the famous one here, and Drake.
Yeah,
There's a
it's.
few others.
And I will say something good about the U.S. Open. Venus Williams is in the quarterfinals in doubles.
God, is she like 50 years old now? How old is she?
She ain't no kid. She ain't no kid no more. But I saw one of the nicest things. And when I see nice things in sports, I really want to be able to talk a little bit about.
Yeah, let's have a happy news story, like they end the news stories on Sinclair Network. You know, give us a
And
happy story.
yeah, and the great part of this story, Leila Fernandez is her partner, and women's doubles is not.
Partner in women's doubles or partner?
That's right. No,
partner?
in
They,
women's
okay, all right,
doubles, right? Yep.
all right. Women's. That's it. That's the only
She's
thing.
the one who holds the balls.
Okay. Cough.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, doctor. Venus Williams, I believe, is 46 years old at this point.
Well, Rick May is saying 45. He probably looked it up.
Yeah, I mean, she's no
old.
kid.
Yeah.
And when they won to go into this last round, Leila Fernandez did what The Rock did for Hulk Hogan. I don't know if you remember when Hulk Hogan lost to him. He called Hulk back into the ring so he would do his posing routines for the crowd, and which is a great sign of sportsmanship. Well, Leila Fernandez didn't want to be in the spotlight, and she put her hand out and said to Venus, "Do your twirl," because whenever Venus would win a singles match, she'd do a twirl. And 45, 46-year-old Venus did the twirl. The crowd was erupting. I thought it was really nice. But they ended up winning, and now they're in the semis. But what I found that was interesting was that Venus made a public statement which came off as a plea for her sister Serena to show up, quote unquote, after she and Fernandez beat the 12th seed to get into their third round match Monday in front of a capacity crowd at Louis Armstrong Stadium. She's so happy for Leila and I, and she's given us advice. We just need her in the box. So my message is, Serena, you need to show up. Now, why isn't she there? She's injected herself with countless weight loss medications, for Christ's sake, and she's lost a bunch of weight. Serena has, and she's made sure that she's the spokesperson of that medication. She's not going hungry financially. Get your ass to New York and support your sister. God, what's so hard to understand about that? Wow. This is the last time you're going to see that. It's the last opportunity. Venus Williams, she's had a lot of injury problems, and it would be a great story if she could win one more to get to the semis. It would just be a great accomplishment. And I met Venus Williams. I've never met Serena, so I can't say anything, but Venus Williams is a very nice lady. And she didn't act like she was better than the world when I met her in Vermont many years ago. Great tennis player, and man, did that ball come off of her racket. Ooh, watching her hit, she's like watching a guy hit. That's how much velocity was coming off of the racket. It was really something. I hope she wins, and I hope her sister is there to see it happen. It would be a wonderful thing. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah. God Almighty. Let me put this full screen here. What I can tell you was I looked at Canton with great interest, and of course, you know why. I grew up in Canton, and I started my radio career as a sales representative in Canton, Ohio. So the ratings were always something that I followed. There was a station on the ratings that you sent me that I could not identify. 101.7 FM didn't exist in Canton. Didn't exist.
Wow.
And it's like, what in the hell just happened here? What? How does this station just show up?
Yeah, because it's all regulated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And what a bunch of shit that is. You know, in the time that I was in radio, if a goddamn 3,000-watt punk radio station, I don't mean formatted, I mean just a tiny little signal station down in Dover, New Philadelphia.
Which is for Dover and New Philadelphia area,
That's
not
right.
for anybody else. That's
That's
the
what,
whole point.
but what I don't understand is in my day, what they did was if you could move your tower closer if there was no impinging or interfering
Yeah,
signal.
because it was regulated. Now
Right.
nothing's regulated.
Oh, it's unregulated to
Yeah.
the advantage of the few, like
Yeah,
everything
exactly. Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Now, get this a station that was, and I'm glad you reminded me of this, David, a station that was licensed to Dover, New Philadelphia, Ohio, up and moved their tower to North Canton, Ohio. Do you know how many fucking miles that
It's
is?
about 50 miles, isn't it?
I mean, it's like an incredible distance. At 101.7, which was a 3,000-watt signal in Dover, New Philly, which is why I'd never heard of the station because you couldn't
You
hear
couldn't
it
hear it in
in
Canton
Canton.
because it's too far away.
So it's like, and you got to give their iHeartRadio now. You got to give them
Wow.
every opportunity. Do you know that if I competed against iHeart, I would kick their
You get-
fucking ass
yeah.
right into the Tuscarawas River? Fuck those people. Fuck them. They're one of the worst people to work for. And I have a lot of friends in the industry
Yeah.
still, and they all left iHeart because it was just an intolerable environment there. And they
own
don't know.
stations here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well just plug it into the wall and walk away. I just, so when I saw that they were like one of the highest rated, if not the highest rated radio station, and then when you showed me Akron and I combined all of the urban stations, that's obviously where the audience is in Akron, is because of, the flight from the, to put it mildly, white
we get
people
it.
moved out of the inner city of Akron, and a lot of So you have ZAK coming down from Cleveland. You have a lot of different urban formats, and you combine those, and that's by far the top of the list. But yeah, when I was in Canton, WHBC AM was the highest rated radio station. Now they have like 0.6. They're not even on the radar. And so everything has changed. But in order to make iHeartRadio succeed, they have to be given so many gifts.
Correct.
And
subsidies, corporate welfare.
And I looked at my father's old radio station, WRQK, and it's doing okay, hanging in at 4 or 5 shares, but 12 plus. But honestly, give me an equal number of stations to what iHeart has. They just fucking kill them. They don't know what they're doing. They have no clue. But I thought, yeah, and I appreciate you sending those because that was really interesting. You're breaking up, David.
You're breaking up.
Which one's up on top? Yeah, I've lost him.
He's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're breaking up. You're breaking up. I got to move on. Uh, Try to get onto your Wi-Fi. And if you want to talk about your Wi-Fi situation, maybe we can move the
Yeah,
router or
maybe,
the modem to a better handy spot in your house so you'll get more signal. I
or
have
maybe
some,
your phone's not connected to your Wi-Fi properly.
you know,
That could be a problem.
and what I'll tell you is I have ideas about that because in order to do a show like I've been doing,
You know about it.
there are setups that you can use to
Anyway,
boost the signal that you have.
getting back to our last topic, I just looked up Dover, Ohio to Canton, Ohio, from city center to city center. It's about 25 miles. So North Canton's even further.
Yeah, that's
So I
exactly
don't
right.
even know where Philadelphia is further south than Dover. So you're talking at least 30 miles.
Yeah, for a
That's
tower to
hard.
be moved that distance is insane. Of course. Saves them rent, little greedy bastards.
Oh, they did the.
All right. All right. And but that would make that classic hits, I get it. Northeast Ohio, I mean, it's funny when I go out and sing karaoke, I mean, I can go out and sing a Meatloaf song, for example, and
And everybody knows it.
I look the part. And everybody will whoop and holler because they still love Meatloaf. He's
Yeah,
dead,
he's
but they
dead, very
still
dead.
love that music, that
Yeah,
70s, 80s, 90s kind of thing.
Bon
Uh,
Jovi and Guns N'
yeah,
Roses and
yeah. So that
yeah.
station didn't surprise me that it was doing well. But formatically, that would make sense in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and album rock. I don't know what they're
From
playing, what the
from 30
definition of
years
that is.
ago.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
whether it's because of. I doubt that it's the new stuff. Let's put it
yeah,
that way.
yeah. I mean, there's a whole list of shady things that iHeartRadio have done in the UK
Classic
that
rock
I
would
don't
be.
even, you know,
That's what classic rock is you're still
classic
playing
rock.
Bob Seger and Fleetwood Mac, and you're still playing
Foghat.
Peter Frampton, and God only knows what else.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to get running, but thank you very much
Uh,
for helping out on the program, and we'll be back again on Friday, and we'll be talking about predictions for the season and specifically for this weekend's game. Can you believe it? It's football season already. So
uh,
everybody, hang
make
tight,
it
and
stop.
we'll see you again on Friday. Until then, hasta la vista, Pastor.